Hi YouTube, welcome back to Fallout Friday. We're gonna continue building at Sunshine Tidings Co-op. I always have trouble saying this name. I know that we have a few houses that we need to build. We have some sleeping quarters that we need for, I think, 2 other people. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Maybe a little guard barracks if we have time. I'm kind of short on time today, but we're gonna do our best. So let's get to it. First things first, I've been putting off adding the food. The food that we need, and I need to put on God mode also. We are frazzled today. Let's see, where can we fit this? Want to give them a little bit of variety here. Maybe a gourd will fit back here somewhere. I don't want it to like float up like that though. Is that gonna be enough? Okay, so both of those, that's added. Okay, I want to put maybe one more. Maybe a corn. I just need it to fit. Come on. Do me some good. Oh, right there. That'll do. That'll have to do for now. That's at least something. Okay, God mode is on, so we can continue what we're doing. Maybe I can add a couple of carrots in here, since they're so small. That should help a little bit. Okay. We'll go with that for now. And look, everybody has shown up for work. We've got our weapons, our clothing, and our general store. We still need somebody for the armor stand, but I'm sure that will come. So we need a new house for the gardener. And, oh, the bartender doesn't have a home. We've got to do something about that. How about we build them a house right here? Just really close by. I think that's a good idea. And we can go ahead and start storing some of this, because we don't need all that. And it's taking up space. So let's just start off with a nice foundation. It doesn't have to be anything super, super big, because they're going to be spending most of their time in the bar anyway. So I'm not going to do anything crazy here. It'll feel very similar to our clothing stand, clothing shop owner's home. We'll get some walls up here. Maybe we can add like a little overhang somewhere. Can we do it this way maybe? I don't know if it's gonna be too big. Yeah, that goes right over the line there. Maybe if I bring this whole structure back a little bit. Except I don't want it to, I want it to be above ground. So, there we go. That's what I want. Is that better? Yeah. I think so. Yes. So now let's get the walls in there. They're probably gonna hate clipping, but we're gonna do our best anyway. And then we need the little walls. Very nice. That gives them a little bit of a little porch kind of area. Like inner porch. What is that called? Like a balcony? What is an inner porch called? Oops. Okay, so there's our structure. That's a good little blueprint. So, first up, we need a bed, which means we need a rug. So we'll start with that. We'll make this section be their bedroom, and we can wall it off a little bit. And we'll decide how we want to create those walls very shortly. I think the bed will go on this wall right here. And then, let's see, does the bureau fit in here? Might be a little too tall for this area. I could do filing cabinets as our little barrier of entry. Can I scoot it over at all? Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then I'm gonna have like some seating up here. I think I know exactly what I want to do. There is a table. Oh, this is a good one too. The other one I was thinking about using is this one, but I think this is what I actually want to use. And I want to do 2 of them. Yeah, just like that. And then a couple of chairs to go next to it will be good. I think I want some bar stools kind of similar to what they have in the bar. I'll do one of these maybe. And have the other one right there. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and assign them to the bed so that I don't forget about that later. Congratulations, you have a house. Sorry it took so long. Sure. Let's decorate a little bit. We can add some wall decorations. I think since they are the bartender, the diner owner, they need to have some Nuka-Cola paraphernalia. Clock, of course, we have to have the clock, and I'm going to put it right up here. But I'm thinking we need to go into the Nuka World stuff and see what we can find in here. I don't want anything like too big, but I bet we could find some stuff that would fit in here really nicely. Nuka Games. Why does this not want to go on the wall? There we go. We could use some of the cutouts. Oh, those are cool. Nope, don't do that. Where are all the fun Nuka-Cola signs? They must be in here. I thought they were going to be in the Nuka World stuff, but guess not. Okay, why? There we go. I want that one, of course. Maybe This one. It's just gonna be kind of like a gallery wall of food themed things. I think they will have the ice cream one. Right above. It just adds some good color. I would like to do, this is my favorite of all the posters. I would like to do this. It would be kind of cool maybe right above their bed. Or can I put it on the back of this? It seems like it can go there, but it doesn't want to. Really up close and personal here. How about this? Let's just move this out of the way for a second. Now can I put it here? Yeah. And even if I can't figure out a way to light that up with where it's at, I like it being right there. I think that's really cool. Yeah. Okay. More. What more can we do? What more can we do? I like this one too. I want it to go on this wall. And for whatever reason, it's giving me trouble. But we can make it work like that. I'm not gonna pick it up again because that just causes me lots of pain. Okay, next up, we need to get some lights in here, I feel. And for some of it, we can do our miscellaneous, you know, typical decorations, which I think that I want to do the lamp, the oil lamp up here. I think that's nice. And then we'll do, of course, some lights. I wonder if we can connect to this guy. Or if that will be too much power being used from this generator. And I think that this has to connect to whatever is powering it. So how are we going to do that? Am I wrong that it has to connect? I might be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll leave it alone for now and just put some regular lights up. Let's just have one right here. I don't think we need to have any more lights other than this one in the bedroom area. And we have a lamp. I think this is fine. Now let's add the door and then we can move on to our next. I am kind of like speeding through this, I know, but I just want to get as much done as I can before I need to do real world obligation things. So we've got the bartender's home all finished. Next up, we need the gardener to have more space. I think it's this gardener that is missing a home. They both look very similar, so that makes things hard for me to know who is who. But nevertheless, we carry on. Let's see what we can build here. Part of me wants to go into the warehouse and like do something totally different from everything else that I've done. But I don't know if that's actually what I want to do, you know? Or am I just trying to be different? How much space do I have here? I don't know, this could be fun. Let's tinker. Let's tinker with this and see what we can figure out. Wow, okay. Here's our door. This is gonna be really interesting. I wonder how I'm going to feel. I think I kind of want to do, what kind of like window style? Yeah, like this. We do something like that up front so they get a whole bunch of natural light in. And then the rest of it can be a little bit more closed off. I'll have that one be open. And this one be closed. Okay. Now I need the roof. And I don't want anything crazy with the roof. Oh, these could be interesting. Doing like a glass piece. Talking about natural light, dang. Is this flat? Yeah, that's flat. I'll do that there. And then I really want another good old flat piece. It doesn't seem like many of these are going to be flat. This looks flat. Okay, that's cool. Everybody's going to be jealous of their house. Because it's so different. Different, fancy fun. Now we have to figure out how to, like, match the vibe in here. Because I feel like everywhere else kind of matches the wood vibe. But what is going to work for this type of house? I want this against the wall a little bit better. Let's go ahead and work on like a seating area because that's very obviously what that space is going to be. Like almost a sunroom. We could have the patio chairs in there. A couple of these. I want to do like a couch though, also. Or maybe I should do a bench to match that. Or this one. For some reason, this feels kind of good in here. I don't think I'll do it though. I think I would rather something a little bit more understated. This would probably work fine. Back it up against the wall a little bit. And then we need a coffee table type of thing. Kind of want to use this one, but that's not gonna match the vibes. Yep. With the plant coming in, I feel like I can't really put anything over here that'll make it look like it actually works. So I think we're gonna leave it at that for now. It looks kind of messy, but I feel like that's fine considering we're using the warehouse pieces. And it doesn't need to look neat, per se. I think this is the perfect opportunity to use the bureau though, because we have so much like vertical space. So how do I want to use that? I could go at like this way and use it in like the bedroom. I wonder if I could put up, let's check out the walls again. Do I have like a half wall? Like something like this. Oops. Yeah, something like this is exactly what I'm looking for, actually. Wait, that's awesome. Okay. For this one, I need it to be a little bit more closed than that, actually. Maybe this one? I need it to clip this way, though. And it does not want to do that. What I could do is take this out and then like put an actual wall there. And then we can just back the bureau up to the wall. Oh, now this is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. I've really never played with the warehouse pieces much, so this is really fun to experiment with. Really, really fun. Okay. So that really gives a good indicator of like where the private area is. So what am I gonna do with this space? What if I just put a frick ton of plants in there? I mean, they are a gardener, after all. So that is an option. I think they should have a bathtub in here. Not for bathing, but for their plants, for plant work. It's giving, like, garage, but in the best way. Yeah, so now we're gonna put some plants in here. Really fill it up, I think. And I'm gonna alternate between the leafy and the branchy. And I need to get some of these types of pots too. Yeah, fun. Definitely adds some interest to that back corner. Let's check this out for a second. Yeah, that's pretty fun. I feel like I need to decorate this area. I at least need to put some lights in here. So let's figure out, I can't get these trees down. Oops, not that. Can I? Yeah, I can. Okay, perfect. Oh! Oh, so that could come out of there. That, oh, not the ghoul. We'll move him later. That could change some things as far as like what is going in there. But for now, let's just work with what we've got. So, lights. What should we do with the lights? I wonder if I want to do fluorescence in here. Like over the plants. I kind of don't hate that. Normally I'm not a big fan of the fluorescent lights because it doesn't feel very homey, but that kind of works for me. And then in this area we could put like an actual lamp, I bet. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of fun. I would love to put it further in the corner though. There we go. I want this as close to the wall as I can possibly get it. But I might not really be able to do much to that. Okay, so that's coming along. I think I want to put something on that wall, but what? What do we want to put there? Something scenic, I think. Maybe like this. And we can do multiple things. That can be one. And then, ugh, I hate that. Maybe we can put, I don't know how I feel about the mounted creatures most of the time, but maybe there's one that would work in this context. Like the stingwing, maybe? And then maybe something here would work. So far, no. So far, no. We'll do a no smoking sign. That can fill up a spot. Ooh, maybe some of these would be cool. Or let's try it. Let's see if I can get a couple of these hung up. I think I like this one. And then I think that might be enough. I wonder if I could do the, what are they called? The lanterns? Where do I find those? I feel like they're in miscellaneous. Yeah. Can I get some of the floating ones up here? I don't know if they'll hang on the wall. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Which, that's fine. I'm not too upset about that. We could give them a trash can. Feels unnecessary, but I mean, it kind of fits in that spot really well. I don't know if that's too bulky, but I think we're gonna work with it. Now, it's gonna be you. You need the extra bed.
Got it.
Why did it move my food down when I did that? That's weird. Did someone just join the place? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Next, we need to add the door. I really like the warehouse doors a lot. It doesn't really matter if this opens inward or outward, but let's give it a test. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That works. I'm happy with that. Okay, so everybody technically has a place to live. We still do not have... I always forget which one is not staffed. The armor stand. We don't have that figured out yet. But I think everybody else is placed where they need to go, which is great. Okay, awesome. So what else do we need to do while we're here? We could do something with this. But what? What to do with this area? I feel like we could honestly just make it like a storage facility and have it kind of filled with like containers, basically. And we can make that interesting somehow, I'm sure. But it'll at least give us an excuse to like build things in here. This is definitely not a suitable place to live because I mean that's a lot going on right there, but I think that it could be useful still. So let's just go with this idea right now. I'm gonna move this ghoul because this is really upsetting. Can you please come with me? Okay, now that we have that out of the way, we can actually work a little bit better. We could put a desk in here, and maybe at some point somebody could do like inventory work in this space. So I'll give them a chair also. Something, I like this. Kind of cozy. It's just hard to know what to do with this space. I'm curious to know what other people use this building for, or if they use it at all. Because I'm kind of like, I'm kind of at a loss. Oh, another thing we need to do is the bathrooms, for sure. That's something we can do. We can put a fish rack in here, maybe. I can put stuff on that. See, I'm really just like putting stuff in here. No rhyme or reason really, except I know that I want like storage space. Maybe we can get a rug in here. Let's do this. Uh-oh, Hangman's Alley under attack. That is something that we cannot deal with right now. So I hope they make it through. That's at least, like, nicer. It's most definitely not great. But it's something. We can do this. Like I said, really just putting things in here. Not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. What does this say? That does not apply. We could... I wish this wouldn't clip. Weird. As usual. We could do one of these, maybe. And I'll put a light in here. Just like one big light up at the top. One of these, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that's a lot nicer than it was. The ghoul has been removed, storage space has been added, there's a desk. That feels pretty good to me. We can figure out the bathroom situation now. I guess I can't remove this one, which is kind of a bummer. So, we can put several just around. I wanted to just put a new one there, but I guess that's not going to be very possible. So there's one. And we can put a couple just here and there. I'll put one next to the farmer's market, I think. Let's do one of the smaller ones, though, maybe. What is going on? Maybe the other side will be better. For some reason, this is giving me a little bit of trouble, which I did not expect. So we won't be putting it right there. Oh, I could put it in here. In fact, I don't even need the, like, actual building. I could just do this. And give this a door. Oh, I'm gonna have to do the pillar glitch. Please hold. And let's see if I can remember how to do this. I need the concrete pillar. And I'm gonna put it maybe in front. Yeah, that should work.
We'd move faster
Perfect.
on the road and off me arse.
Nice. I think this definitely needs a light, so we'll add that really quick. Do one of these. Where is my nearest generator? Don't really have one close to here, so we'll just add a little one. Perf. Perf. I bet we could add a sink in here. Where would I find that? I mean, I could add an actual toilet. This is what I want, though. That may be all I want in here. I mean, it's just a bathroom after all. Water fountain's not a bad idea, though, so we'll do that. Okay, that's nice. Very good. Everybody's heading to the bar. I love it. Let's just watch them all interact for a second. Ah! Oh, just walking around. Okay. This is so fun. I know that we didn't do a whole lot today, but this is where I'm gonna have to stop. Because I've got other things on the agenda that
don't much care
need to be done.
That place is nothing but trouble.
But we did build some more houses. Yeah. We built out our bathrooms, at least a couple of them. And we started up that storage room, which is great. That's great progress. Let me know what I should do next. We're almost done with Sunshine Tidings Co-op, so let me know what location you'd like me to do next. Where should we start building whenever we're done here? Because it's getting close. Also, if you'd like to catch me live sometime, I do stream games on Twitch. So you can find me at Loose Goose Games on Twitch. There's a link in the description if you want to click on that and come follow me over there. That way you can get notifications about when I go live. Or you can continue watching settlement builds and VODs by subscribing to this channel. Either way, no matter what you decide, I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.